every day was a battle getting through without my son.
I lost my twin boys, Joshua and Christian, in a backyard swimming pool.
Planning a funeral for a almost 3-year-old is quite an experience.
I truly believe that if there was a safety fence at the pool that my twin boys got to, they would be alive today.
I'm Eric Lupton. I'm the president of Lifesaver Pool Fence Systems. We manufacture removable mesh pool safety fencing. The company was founded in 1987 by my parents, who started the company in their garage. The garage was just big enough to fit the pool fence table, and my mom would sew the border on the mesh all night long, and then my dad would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he had a paper route, and whatever money he made from the paper route would go towards his advertising budget. And then when the sun came up, me and my infant brother would get up, and my mom would take care of us and get us ready for school and take care of us throughout the day, while she ran the office, answered phones, booked appointments, did the scheduling. Then my dad would go out and try and sell pool fence. And if he sold one, he'd come back to the garage, make the fence, and then go back out and install it. And they did that for a while until they were able to get a little warehouse and a bigger warehouse. And the company kept growing until they retired in 2003. And I took it over then. I'd already been working for Lifesaver for a number of years. And I was only 21 years old, but we grew it from where it was then to 10 times the size to where it is now. We've got dealers throughout the country, throughout the US, in most major cities, and in 15 countries on 5 continents. So in 2011, I started the Save a Life program, where we donate mesh pool safety fences to families who have experienced a fatal or a non-fatal drowning.
I'm Paul DeMello, president of Just Against Children Drowning Foundation.
I met Paul DeMello at the National Drowning Prevention Alliance conference and immediately knew that he was the right guy to shepherd this program and to steward it and take care of it.
I lost my twin boys, Joshua and Christian, in a backyard swimming pool.
We selected him to be our chief giving officer, which was an honor he graciously accepted.
My heart just swelled up. I was grateful, I was honored. And basically what we do is we work together. We help families that have experienced fatal and non-fatal drownings nationwide.
He understands more than anybody what it takes to go through this.
A lot of times what I need to do is talk to the parents, whether it's the mom, the dad, or the grandparents. So I have to make that hard call. But there's a lot of identification right there once they find out that I lost my twin boys to a drowning.
And sometimes I think that might be worth even more than the pool fence that they have him to go to.
The only thing that matters is if there's a pool there with no fence and there was either a fatal or non-fatal drowning, Eric with Lifesaver Pool Fence will fence off that pool.
We also connected with Carrie Morrison of Live Like Jake.
I am the founder and executive director for the Live Like Jake Foundation.
She has an amazing nonprofit that she runs here in South Florida, where she sponsors children to get infant survival swim trainings.
On November 30th of 2013, my son Jake snuck out of an unlocked door past 4 adults and 2 older children and made his way into the intercoastal waterway, where he lost his life. When you lose a child, there is no greater pain, but when it's to something like a drowning, something that is preventable, it hurts even more. And it's something that every day we, as families that have experienced this tragedy, think about how we could have done things differently. And at the time of losing Jake, my daughter Julia was 3 months old, and I told my family, when she's old enough, we're enrolling her in those self-rescue swim lessons at ISOL, that we chose a different route. I don't care what anyone says, she's gonna learn to save herself. And it was just a few weeks into those lessons that we realized these lessons could have saved Jake's life, and they need to be available to families that can't afford them. So we started the Live Like Jake Foundation.
And she's also been crucial to help us find recipients for our pool fences. She connects us all the time with parents who need a pool fence.
Eric has put this program together, and it's helped countless families. I can think of a family that we helped out in Texas, where the child actually got into an above ground swimming pool by using the ladder. And I remember getting a phone call, and we actually went down there with another dealer named Jason, and we fenced off that pool. There's been situations where right in my own local community where there was a drowning and the families would either reach out to myself or to Eric, and we were there within a week to 2 weeks times tops, fencing off the pool.
When the locks fail, the supervision fails, they go out a pet door, anything like that, that pool fence is what will keep the child from hitting the water. And the Save a Life program is saving lives. And it's also giving parents peace of mind that have experienced a drowning accident. And I just can't tell you, from a parent that's lost a child, how important that is and what it means to these families. And, you know, one of the experiences we had was a local family to us that had a non-fatal drowning accident. We immediately reached out. We offered a scholarship for self-rescue swim lessons, as we do for any drowning accident. We also asked, is there a pool fence? And they did not have a pool fence. And so I reached out to Casey and Eric, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys will do the fence or not. It was no questions asked. Within a week, they had a brand new fence around the entire pool with a self-latching and locking gate. And it was just, you know, it just solidified for me how important they are to our mission to end childhood drowning, and that they're not just in it for the business, they're in it to save lives. And we share the same mission. We work together hand in hand. I can't say enough positive things about Lifesaver Pool Fence and the Save a Life program.
I wouldn't own a car without a seatbelt, so why would you own a pool without a safety fence? I truly believe that if there was a safety fence at the pool that my twin boys got to, they would be alive today.
Drowning is the #1 cause of death for children between the ages of 1 and 4 years old. And it's our mission to protect every pool on Earth. And through the Save a Life program, we get a little bit closer to protecting every pool. We don't care if the people who have had a drowning incident are billionaires or, you know, just regular people. You know, we want to make sure that pool is safe, and we give it free of charge, both the materials and the installation. Our Lifesaver dealers donate their time, their labor, and their talents, and we donate the materials to make sure that those pools where those drownings have taken place, where nothing like that ever happens again. And we want to donate more pool fences. So if you've had a drowning, or if you know somebody who's experienced a drowning, please connect them with us. We'll get them in touch with Paul to get them the help they need and make sure they get a pool fence to make that pool safer.